Welcome to this overview presentation of the Fireline Systems mobile software app solution. The mobile solution provides many benefits for your company. Number one, it reduces the paperwork and duplication headaches that you normally have with paper work orders. It also allows you to turn around your cash flow quicker by being able to get those work orders back to the office faster and build quicker. You also have increased productivity, obviously, both in the office and in the field, with the ability to turn the information around using the quick connection over the internet to the mobile device. This also helps to greatly improve your customer service and response time. And for those in the office, your QuickBooks is secure. Only the office has access directly to the QuickBooks software. Getting started with the Fireline System mobile software app is easy. What you'll need is either an Android or an Apple tablet or a smartphone that's connected directly to your cellular carrier. Once that's completed, you'll also need to have the Fireline mobile software app license loaded to that device. After your mobile apps are loaded on your devices in the field for your service technicians, you're ready to begin. In the office, on your office scheduling calendar, the dispatchers can go ahead and create the work orders and drag them into the appropriate technician's column. Once they're in the proper column, all they need to do is right-click on those work orders to send them paperlessly to the device for that particular technician in the field. In this example, the office has sent 2 work orders to Tommy out in the field paperlessly. Those work orders have arrived on his iPad display, and he's currently reviewing them. When he clicks on one of the work orders, the software app on his device takes over. At this point, Tommy's able to select any of the buttons down at the bottom of the software application. You'll notice that the service location address as well as the billing address appears here, and additional information that was sent from the office. Let's start by selecting the map button. Tommy wants to get directions from where he's at to the job location, and he's able to access Google Maps very quickly to get that information. Once he arrives at the job, he would like to take some pictures. He can take pictures of serial plates, equipment, or anything else that he'd like to have attached directly to that work order when it gets sent back to the office. He also might want to actually pull up the prior history of who worked on this job prior to him going out there today. The mobile software app will actually allow Tommy to look at up to 15 of the latest work orders prior to his arriving at the job site. He also has the ability to drill down into these prior historical work orders to see what was done on these jobs. If the office has set up the installed equipment in the office software, when they send the work order out to Tommy, it'll actually show him the pieces of equipment that he may see out there at the new job site location. If the office hasn't had time to set this information up for each of the customers, while Tommy's out in the field, he can actually go ahead and put in the type of equipment, model, serial number, and other information that's been defined for the office so that we can build that information for the office. Tommy also has the ability to see if there's any active contracts with equipment. When he clicks the button, he can see the status of whether there is an active contract or not, and which pieces of equipment are actually covered under that service agreement. Tommy has the ability then to go ahead and put his own notes in regarding this particular job. He can either type them in, or an easier way is to just go ahead and talk his notes directly into the software app. This saves a lot of time, and it also helps the people in the office to read Tommy's writing. The status button gives Tommy the ability to actually record with a timestamp when he starts the work and completes the work. This usually helps the office to know, for billing purposes, how long Tommy was at this particular job working. When Tommy completes his work, he can go ahead and record the parts he used, the labor hours, miscellaneous items, trip charges, etc. He clicks the Items button in order to do that. And he's going to go ahead and put in each of the line items that he did and work performed on this particular job. The technicians cannot get into your QuickBooks, but they can actually pick items from the QuickBooks items list or from an Excel parts list This could also be a flat rate list. So when Tommy types in some type of a description here, up comes a partial list with those items that he wants, and he merely picks the item, and he has the option of either showing the prices or not showing the prices. In this case, Tommy picked a thermostat, he picked an hour for labor, and a trip charge. Tommy can go ahead and actually add a miscellaneous item with his own description if needed, and then review all of the items that he's selected, make any additions or changes, and then once he's got everything that he's recorded on this particular job, he's ready to present the invoice directly to the customer. Now again, pricing can be turned off or on based on the requirements for this particular work order. So if you're doing a COD job, the prices can be turned on, and if you're doing a commercial job, the prices can be turned off so that they can be billed in the office. Let's go ahead and review the invoice screen. For commercial work, you'll see here that we've got the items that Tommy worked on without any pricing, and then we've got a description of the work performed, and this could be elaborated, as well as any recommendations. The customer has been asked to sign, and we've typed in the name of the person who actually signed. In the case of COD residential work, we have the option to show the pricing, and the service technician could go ahead and complete the payment type, whether it was check, cash, or a credit card. Now the software does not have the ability to actually run a credit card through the software, but if your technician calls the office and the office runs the credit card, or you have some type of credit card service that can be plugged directly into the device, the service technician can go ahead and run the card. The next step would be to record how the payment was made and put the authorization number in here, or again, if it was a check or cash, record it that way as well. Again, the work performed and recommendations are recorded with the customer's authorization and the name of the person signing. At this point, the service technician has an option to send the customer an email as a receipt. When the work order is completed, Tommy chooses to send the work order immediately back to the office. This speeds up cash flow because we're able to actually get that invoice processed the same day the job is completed. When the work order arrives back at the office, it automatically connects back into the Fireline Office software. From there, it will actually connect and marry right up with the original work order that was sent from the dispatcher in the office, and it will display the line items that Tommy recorded for parts, labor, trip charge, and any notes that he took. If he did take pictures, those pictures will automatically be attached and linked to the work order. At this point, the office person who normally reviews the work orders can review the work order and make any corrections or changes. They also have the ability then, once everything has been corrected, to put check marks next to those line items that they wish to send over to the QuickBooks invoice screen. Once they put check marks and click the QuickBooks button, it will actually send that information directly over to either the invoice or to the sales receipt if it was a COD. And it's that simple, pushing the information back to the office and then the office person reviewing the data and then selecting and sending it directly over to your QuickBooks. This concludes our brief review of the Fireline Systems mobile paperless app solution. If you have any additional questions or you would like a personal demonstration, give us a call at area code 661-254-8511.